couldn't sleep one night, and I got up and had the TV on, and it was, oh my God, about 2 o'clock, 2:30 in the morning,
Yeah.
and the TV went out. And so I called the number um, to report it, and eventually found out I was talking to a young girl from the Philippines, and we got to chatting. I said, "Oh my goodness, you used to be able to get a live person right down the street from wherever you lived, or at least in the same town or village. You know, there was always an office to answer." And now you can go all over the world and talk to people that are going to check out and tell you what's wrong with your TV.
Yeah.
And she laughed and she said, wanted to know if I worked. You're up so late. Do you work? And all questions like that. And she ended up eventually telling me I was her grandma's age. And she said, "My grandma lives with me. Don't you live with your family?" I said, "No, we don't do that here." She said, "Oh, my aunts, uncles, grandpas,
Yeah.
everybody lives together here. We all take care of each other." And that reminded me again, you know, we are not very, we're not that kind of people.
Yeah.
Work's going well.
Work's going really well, Mom. I love it. Um, I hope to work another. It's going to sound crazy, but I think I can make it to 75. I said, if my health holds out, I can work till I'm 75.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Wow.
we just hired a lady driver. Um, from what I gather, she's 73.
Mm-hmm.
And I met her. Her name's Betty. Nice lady. And she's one of our new drivers. So I'm hoping I can go to 75.
Yeah.
I hope. You know.
If you're feeling like doing it, they'll probably still be glad to have you.
Yeah, I
You know
know.
what? At 75, you know, I never had one complaint health wise until I was 85,
Yeah.
and then it was that one time, and then and actually after that, I never had any complaints until 89.
Yeah.
And it's only been this past year that I have noticed and felt the changes that are happening in my body. And now it's different every day. But you can't complain about that.
Yeah.
89 years, had it not been for my eyes, I could have still been driving.
I
I could
agree.
have still been getting out on the road and going wherever I wanted to go. Do
Yeah.
what I wanted to do. I could replace things when they break and wear out. I could buy new underwear. Did I ever tell you about saying that to one of my neighbors? We were talking on the phone,
No.
and she was talking about missing, and she's about 15 years younger than I am.
Uh-huh.
But my God, the woman complains. She's a hypochondriac, and she takes you name a pill, and she's taking it. And if she hears of one that she hasn't got,
She
on
wants
the
it.
phone making an appointment with her doctor to go get it. And the last time I sit here in this chair and talked with her, and I ended up by telling her she was, what do you call people who love medicine?
Hypochondriac? No, that's not
No,
hypochondriac.
there's another word.
I don't know.
But I ended up calling her that. I was so ashamed of myself, and I hung up on her. Because I had said something to her about the only problem I really have is that same old crap about not being able to sleep at night. And that's something that I've had since you kids were little, you know. My mom had the problem, my brother had the problem. Must have been something that happened in our lives that we were all a part of.
Yeah.
Because the three of us always had problems sleeping.
Yeah. Well, I have it too, Mom. I go through issues, not
Yeah,
every
yeah.
night, but it just comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, I just always thought it's got to be something I didn't know that you did.
Yeah.
That makes me even more convinced that it's something in the system. It's something that is like hereditary or
Yeah, it's not every night,
something off.
but I can sleep
Well,
good. Go ahead.
No, I will go night after night after night.
Oh,
And up to 2 weeks I've done that.
really?
And then by that time I am feeling so bad, and I am so just absolutely worn out and exhausted every part of my body. Then when I go to bed that night, after all those nights without sleep, I doze. I never fall asleep and sleep for any length of time, but I'll doze and apparently sleep sound because I'll wake up and I'll think, oh, thank God. Maybe that was 2 or 3 hours, and it would have been 30 minutes, 45 minutes at the most.
Oh,
It's really strange. And so when she will give me something, I take an aid at night, one at bedtime.
yeah.
But I've cut back on those because I sleep when I take them, but I'm having this tiredness, and it makes me wonder, is the medication? Am I sleeping too sound? Because some nights it makes me sleep really, really sound, and when I wake up, I feel like I'm halfway down through the mattress.
Maybe so. Maybe it is a medication.
And so I went from 1 milligram to a half milligram that I've been taking,
Yeah.
and so you can't get a doctor, so I figure I'll try to figure it out on my own, you know.
So what did you just cut the pill in half?
Yeah, it's got a little line and breaking. That's another thing.
Yeah.
They keep getting smaller all the time. I'm telling you, I hate this Medicaid with a passion. I take for high blood pressure. I keep control my blood pressure,
Yeah.
and I take thyroid.
Me too.
Yeah, and then that sleep aid
Okay.
at night. That's all I take, and I debate about that every month because when it needs to be refilled, I never know whether I'm going to be able to get a refill or not. And she'll let me be off of it for 2 or 3 weeks, and then I'll get another refill called in. And with that type of medication, I've always been told that you should not go off of it all at once. That's to be you wean yourself off of it.
Yeah.
The doctors normally do that. But anyway, I'm debating about, not taking it. Maybe that's making me tired. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, I started to tell you about Maureen. We were talking about going shopping, and she was saying how bad she missed her car. And I said, it's funny. I never really had those kind of qualms over giving up my car. It was just something that had to be done, and no matter how much, I boo-hooed about it,
Yeah.
it wasn't going to change. And but I said I do miss it when I need to replace things. Like if something breaks, like my vertical blinds that I always used here at the patio door in the summer.
Hmm.
Um, they broke, and Nick took them down. That happened in 2014 too, and I've never been able to get another pair and get them put up or anything. And but when I was talking to her, I had mentioned. She said, "Well, what are you out of? Maybe when I go to Walmart on the bus, I could get it for you." And I said, "No, I'm just thinking about, just little things. It's not just all big things. Um, you got to replace your underwear every now and then. You got to get a couple new bras, something like that. You go jump in your car and take off to the mall or someplace and
Yeah.
walk through and pick up this and that." And I said, "That's what I'm talking about. That's when I miss. Or if I want to bake something,
Yeah.
and I'll think of something that sounds really good, and I'll open up the cabinet, and I'll be short one ingredient."
Oh, yeah.
And I said, when I had my car, no big deal. I'd grab my keys and my billfold and run out and hop in the car and run out to Walmart and pick it up, and I'd be back mixing.
Yeah.
And she said, "But do you need underwear?" She said, "I'll buy you underwear."
Yeah.
She said she gets these catalogs in the mail all the time. She said, "Just tell me whatever you